Alright, in this video I'm going to try and get these Husky mud guards. There's the part number. It's made for a 2015 to 2017 Chevrolet Colorado or GMC Canyon. First thing we do is just clean up the area. The car has been washed already, but we want to make sure we don't put any little tiny debris or anything between the mud guards and the body. So once we get it all cleaned, kind of give it a little dry fit test, make sure it fits well, lines up straight. Luckily this product's made very well, and it's perfectly molded to fit the body with that the stock I guess rock guards on there already, so you don't have to remove them. What you do have to do though is remove the two Torx bolts holding the rock guard onto the body frame. This is the front tire. And it's two Torx. I forgot what size you have to remove. Get it on there. Feel for a good fit. Make sure everything lines up good before you start. So the front one is like a 1/4 inch, 3/8, maybe a 1/2 inch lip. They want to. The instructions call for drilling a 1/8 hole in there, which is very little meat. Not that I really wanted to drill into the body. So we're gonna try and make a little clip to hold it on. These are just two of those corner brackets you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's. Any piece of metal. I was looking for plastic. Originally, I'd intended to use some Delrin. However, the amount of Delrin, the thickness you need for it to be stable, would have been a little bit too thick, so we had to go to metal. All I did was cut some of the brackets to about the length I wanted. I'm just cutting two of them together now. Then we're going to go and sand them and round them off so they fit right there perfectly. It's about the same depth as the molding. Make sure it lines up so the hole and the edge line up well. I didn't really bother to measure anything. We just went and cut it by eye and get it close because it's not that important. Now the camera, I guess the battery died, so I missed a section, but between the last section and here me painting them, all I did was tack weld on two 10-32 bolts, and we just sprayed it with some of those rubberized undercoating. I think it was a Rust-Oleum, got it at Lowe's or Home Depot, I can't remember. I guess it's like plastic dip and an undercoating material mixed up. Once it dry, we just scratched off a section so I can get some hot glue on there. The only reason I'm putting hot glue on there is just to raise the back section so that when we tighten down the bolt, it'll clamp down between the body, that little lip on the body, and the mud guard. Could probably use something else, like maybe some two-sided tape or a little rubber foot, but the hot glue gun's quite handy. So once it's all dry, we just insert those two Torx screws we removed earlier. It's the same one. In the kit, they give you two other bolts, but it was a much larger size to fit in those clips, those stock clips, so I decided to use the original ones. Just want to start it in those clips, keep it loose so you can adjust it. Once you get those on there, take that little tab you made, stick it in the back, and put on a little washer and a nut and tighten it down. Now the tab in the back, if you make it too tight, you could, I guess, spin it. An idea would be make a hole and put in a rivet, so a little stop rivet, but it's not that important, I guess. Not like I'm gonna crank it down really hard. So those two Torx bolts on the bottom actually hold it down pretty well. This is just so it doesn't flap around. So that rubberized coating actually is gonna help keep it in place. So we're just gonna make sure it's parallel or perpendicular. Torque it down just a little bit, and that should do it for the front section. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Since the washer and bolt is not exactly black, we'll just give it that rubberized undercoating just to help make it blend in there a little better. Now the back one, again, my camera died. That I guess when the battery's low, it auto shuts off. But you have to remove 3 Torx bits, the same size. I did the same thing. I dry fitted, cleaned it, and then removed those 3 Torx bolts. For this one, there's a lot of meat where you could drill into, but again, I didn't want to drill into the body. So when I dry fitted, I noticed there's a small gap, maybe about 1/8 inch or so. So I needed 2 layers of 3M double stick tape. So I put 1 layer, then put 2 layers on. Again, this one actually, the rear one actually has 3 bolts holding it on, so it's really stable. Don't really need the top one, but I figure with the double stick tape it wouldn't hurt. Once you get it all back in there, it's really solid. I mean, it's not gonna fall off or shake loose or anything. The tiny gap on the top, you see why I had to put 2 double stick tape, is a little bit of a gap. I'm not sure if that's going to collect debris or cause a problem later. I mean, if it does, you can probably clean it out and fill it, some kind of filler, but I'm just going to run it like that for now and see what happens. These actually match the truck pretty well. I mean, the black is it's a very nice black. It actually looks like OEM. I guess you could wonder why I didn't just get the weather guard ones that has that clip, that turning clip in the back. I looked at the weather guard ones and I looked at these, and they're both very comparable in price, and I actually prefer the look of the Husky ones.